don't watch TV in America, to tell you the truth. It's such a load of rubbish. Not the Dick Cavett show.
I wondered.
It just drives you crazy, you know, the commercials. You just get into something and it's sorry now, another word from, and another word from. And in the end, you know, they just put commercials on all the time.
But you have commercials too over on your side.
Yeah, but it's really done good, you know, it's really done good. They show maybe, if it's a 30-minute show, they'll have the commercial at the beginning, then the show will start, and after 15 minutes or so, it'll end, and they say, end of part 1. Ding, and then it goes into the commercial, and then the commercials end and it says part 2. Here it just goes ding, ding, ding from one into the next. You don't know if it's a commercial or if it's the show.
Not like it. Sing. No! Don't sing. Stop that.
You know, as I say, go and see the black pudding plantations in Africa.
That's me.
Is that our black pudding plantation?
Are you really?
Are you the fellow that keeps planting them out there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you the fellow who keeps digging them up? Don't rush none of your 5-bar gate jumps and all this sort of stuff. What's that supposed to mean? I don't know. I thought it just sounded distinguished like.
Hey,
It's a thingy. A fiendish thingy. Not really. Sometimes there's something to say, but there's really nothing to say these days.
You know, I have that feeling too. People think that I must love to talk and that I would love to go to parties and yak my head off. And I could go for months without talking.
Well, you talk every night, don't you?
I know, and I've never liked it. I mean, I don't crave conversation. I could sit in an empty room for days and days. I'd have to leave occasionally, but not to talk. I mean, in other words, I don't have a terrific appetite for talking. The reason I'm rattling on like this is that you just frighten me by telling me that you don't like to talk. And I figure will I have to fill then this last hour?
You just talk and I'll watch.
I mentioned God.
You know, like getting on aeroplanes and helicopters and, you know, Jesus, those skills are great.
What would you bring? So maybe a couple.
And then all like people, then you get them, there's all these people looking at you, you know?
Oh, that would be just so
Horrible.
They're asking you for autographs and running around with bodyguards and.
I know, it's a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Absolute hell.
Yeah, I like it. Do that for me.
Album now, right?
After all these years to come back out.
I really needed an excuse to stop smoking, actually. I had to get myself out of a rut, and I was just smoking, and I've been smoking all my life, and I thought, well, Eric suggested, because he wasn't working this year, and I think he liked the idea of doing something, because he'd committed himself to a year off, and I think, especially after the accident that happened earlier in the year, that he really wanted to work, get his mind into some work, and I needed something just to get myself out of a rut, and I thought, well, this is a good chance to experience what it's like. I can see by going to Japan whether I want to do any more touring or not. It's like a way for me to put my toe in the water and test how it is for, you know, for myself, for my own stamina. That's what I was worried about, because so anyway, I used that as an excuse, and I got myself together, and I feel quite good. You know, I can get up there and sing, and can breathe. It's very nice.
It's very nice indeed to get, especially to get one each, because we usually have a bit of trouble cutting them in 4.
What do you and Ringo do while John and Paul write songs?
We play marbles, or marples. Excuse the pun. But there have been continued allegations that Ruttle Corps is going bankrupt. Eric Manchester, the Ruttle's press agent, are these allegations true?
No. No, they're conjecture, you know. That's a rumour. I think you find the way you get success, you always find this sort of rumour. No.
So the stories of the thefts, they're not true also?
No, they're greatly exaggerated, it's bad, you know. Things are going. But nothing like the rate that people indicate. The trouble is that people feel, because these boys are the Ruttles, people can come in and just help themselves to whatever they want, and this is just not on. we're putting a stop to this, and we are doing, you know, it's almost dried up. Things have gone. I won't deny it. Television sets. The odd car belonging to the company has disappeared, but it's not extreme, you know. Well, I did come in once. I found that my office had been nicked. But it had been nicked by Rodney Klein, who we called in to stop this sort of flow of goods from the building, so that's all right.
When you're here, does it make you feel at all nostalgic seeing all of this rock and roll? Yes,
Rubbish.
complete
Total
hot,
rubbish.
but no collecting.
Oh, rubbish. I had one up on the wall a few years ago that said, Lord Harrison Stratocaster. I said, well, it's mine. Why don't I have it?
If you're millionaires, and if you are, you must be among the youngest in the world. If I can slip an infra-dig question, and are you actually millionaires?
No.
You're not?
Well, you know, it's so hard to become a millionaire. When maybe if we were just a solo act, then whoever it was, he'd probably be a millionaire. But with four, it's hard. I doubt if we'll ever be millionaires. I mean, you know, we'll probably be all right. Well, naturally we will, yeah. But I mean, can't see us being millionaires. Not and paying tax as well.
Now, what about the future, George? People have said that you're quite interested in becoming a chain store mogul. Well, what are your ambitions, actually?
Well, I didn't hear it, actually, the bit about the chain store. I don't know, really. I'll carry on with this, you know, until I get fed up. And, you know, there's so many things that, you know, interest me and the rest of the fellas, you know, still in this business. I mean, I'd love to record people, you know, produce records, and there's all sorts of things. I haven't got my mind set on any one in particular yet.
So you're not really out to sort of exploit?
No.
Your fame in other ways at all?
No, not yet anyway.
Now, must have been a very hectic day for you. What have you actually missed most today?
My dinner. Oh, and I'll say hello to my mum and my dad. Hello, mum and dad, and our kid. You know, usually at home on your birthday, but...
Yeah, especially this one. You'd like to have been at home, really, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you know, you get fed at home off your mum and that.
But they also say, I like to just use this opportunity. I don't have a toilet that sings Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. It costs $39, whatever. It's absolutely rubbish, and I don't know where they got it from, but, you know, so they stop writing after it.
Come on.
Sorry?
You don't see many of these nowadays, do you?
Come on. Simon, will this do?
Oh, not bad, darling, not really bad. Turn around, cheeky baby. Oh, yes, he's a definite plus. He'll look good alongside Susan. All right, Sammy Jim, this is all going to be quite famous. Don't breathe on me, Adrian.
I'm terribly sorry, but there seems to be some sort of misunderstanding.
Well, you can come off it with us. You don't have to do all the old Latinoidal glottal stuff and carry on for our benefit.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh my God, he's a natural.
Well, I did tell them not to send us real ones.
They ought to know by now the phonies are much easier to handle. Still, he's a good type. We'd like you to give us your opinion on some clothes for teenagers.
Oh, by all means, I'd be quite prepared for that eventuality.
Well, not your real opinion, naturally. It'll be written out and you'll learn it, can you?
Of course I can.
I mean lines, Ducky. Can you handle lines?
Well, I'll have a bash.
Good. Give him whatever it is they drink. Coca-Cola?
A guitar.
Well, at least he's polite. Show him the shirts, Adrian. Now, you'll like these. You'll really dig them. Tab and all the other pimply hyperboles.
I wouldn't be seen dead in them. The dead grotty. Grotty? Yeah, grotesque.
Make a note of that word and give it to Susan. It's rather touching, really. Here's this kid trying to give me his utterly valueless opinion when I know for a fact that within a month he'll be suffering from a violent inferiority complex and loss of status because he isn't wearing one of these nasty things. Of course they're grotty, you wretched nit. That's why they were designed. But that's what you'll want.
I won't.
You can be replaced, chicky baby.
I don't care.
That pose is out too, Sonny Jim. The new thing is to care passionately and be right-wing. Anyway, if you don't cooperate, you won't beat Susan.
And who's this Susan when she's at home?
Only Susan can be, our resident teenager. You'll have to love her. She's your symbol.
Oh, you mean that posh bird who gets everything wrong?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, yeah, the lads frequently sit down the television and watch her for a giggle, In fact, once we all sat down, wrote these letters saying how good she was and all that rubbish.
She's a trendsetter. It's her profession.
She's a drag, a well-known drag. You turn the sound down on her and say rude things.
Get him out of here.
Have I said something amiss?
Get him out. He's knocking the program's image.
Sorry about the shirt.
Get him out!
One of the girls.
Who?
Big Valerie. We're very upset that there's not much we can do about it.
Why not?
Well, she'll thump me.
So, Stig injured by Big Valerie.
You go to Honolulu anymore, though, can you?
From Maui or just in
No, just because of Marcus.
Oh, yes. Well, we heard that today that he might be on it.
Well, he tried to kill us, President Marcus.
Yes.
So
Do you want to review that?
Yeah, well, we went to Manila back in the 60s, the Beatles on a tour, and we did the concert. The next morning, we were in bed, and somebody knocked on our door of the hotel suite saying, "Come on, you're supposed to be at the palace." And we said, "No, we're not. We can have any engagements anywhere." But somebody, some smart guy had said, "Sure, I'll get the Beatles up to the palace." And they said, "Turn on the TV." We turned the television on, and there it was, this big palace with lines of people. And the guy saying, "Well, we're still not here yet." And we watched ourselves not arrive at the palace. But we were never supposed to be there. And so what they did was they said, "Beatles snub first family," which I'm glad we did see. Even in those days we had taste. And so consequently he set the mob on us and tried to beat us up, which they did. They beat up a lot of people with us and wouldn't let the airplane leave Manila until Epstein, our manager, had to get off the plane and give back the money they earned at the concert. So that's what I think of Marcus. Oh, twatty.
I've always liked that question. I never noticed his nose until about 6 months ago. She's a millionaire.
George, I've done a remarkable night. It's a picture of you. That's it. I saw your gal the other day. You know what? The wind was blowing. Blowing me, girl?
What would you call that hairstyle you're wearing?